older brother. He actually is the car owner. He also is the builder. He just actually had 8 inches of his spine surgically fused.
Oh my God.
So we're running the car for his last season in it. They're planning on, I think they mentioned about selling it, but it's one of the things, it's a family deal. We do all our own prep work, we do all our own mechanic work.
It's hard to give up something like that you've worked on.
Our uncle, he's now dead, started us in the late 60s, early 70s, so we've been racing it's been in the family for God knows how long.
40 years if it's back in the 70s. It's a long time.
They actually started when they were racing in Santa Ana, I believe it was. So, and they've been all over the country racing.
So, okay, what's the number of the truck that's out right now? It's 1161?
It's a 1191.
1191.
It's a bug.
Oh, okay.
It was actually the last one to start.
Oh, and then so what happened? Where did they break down at?
Well, they ain't broke down. They're riding on a flat.
Oh, okay. So they're going to ride it in and then
Yeah, we're going to try to ride it in and patch it up and send them back out.
Awesome. And they were last, okay.
They were the very last car to start.
The very last car to start. Oh, well.
So
hopefully
it'll be a little while.
Hopefully they get back into it nice and quick. And how many people are in the car?
2.
Oh, good. Well, then it's enough. It's not like it's a solo driver or anything.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll be helping each other out. Maybe somebody will stop.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Teddy, we're going to give an update. I think somebody's coming through. Jeff?
So, Mike, who else is out here with you this weekend? You say you normally run more?
Yeah,
Who's
I got
out there with you?
my son is normally my co-driver, and then we got a couple of friends. I got a friend in the car driving right now, Stan Hignett from Barstow, and Jonathan Garcia's in the passenger seat with him. So yeah.
Okay, so where are you from? What are
I'm
you?
from Barstow
From
myself.
Barstow as well?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we're Barstow
so you're
guys,
Barstow
yeah.
local.
Yeah.
And what do you think? I've been racing Barstow for quite some time. Love the scenery up here. The big boulders and the rocks, some obstacles, but as far as coming out here and camping for the weekend, we're going to start coming up here and checking this place out.
It's awesome. Yeah, I used to run with Jim Clements, the promoter for M.O.R.E. We ran a 9-car together back in the late 80s, early 90s, and we raced here 20-something years ago. And with the Lorana series, and it's always been fun. It's always challenging, big rocks, buried rocks, things that'll knock a wheel off in a hurry. So
who does all your work to the car? Prep-wise,
I do it all
fabrication,
myself.
you do? Great.
I have a few components that I have done by Rancho Transaxle does, Performance Transaxle does the transmission. I have a Doug Silcock beam on the front of the car, but the engine I build myself, and I get a lot of help from Warren Messick in Barstow. He does a lot of the fab work from M&T Race Cars. And this is my first race actually having a sponsor help us out, and it's DryKef. They're a vehicle maintenance company that services Fort Irwin, and it's good to have them on board. They helped us out a ton.
Good for them. And who's your contact over there at DryKef?
Jennifer Young.
Jennifer Young would be the contact? Great.
Yeah, and her son Harley is also running a Class 9 car, 959, so shout out to him.
Great, yeah. Okay, so again, 924X, 924 denotes that it has to have a number within the 9 series.
Yep.
And these are old school, they've been around a long time. Limited suspension, limited motors, and it's a driver's class if you ask me.
Absolutely, no power steering, only about 5.5 inches, 6 inches of travel, and they call the guys that drive trophy trucks Iron Men, but no, the 9-car guys, they just beat their kidneys out every week.
Right.
So we've got car 7270 on the road right now. Do we have a female driver? No. But we have driver, right? So we've got a couple female drivers. I love talking to females that are in the off-racing community. Excuse me, just an update. First class 16 car just passed through check 12. First class 16 cars passed through check 12. Sorry, we're going to be getting updates and stuff throughout the race, so we just want to keep everybody posted and updated. So ladies, what can you tell us about your car?
Well, it's awesome. It's a
well, besides the obvious that they're behind it, it's got to be awesome.
It's a truck, and we are just like a family race team. So we're sisters, and our husbands are
That's awesome. So then your husbands are in the car right now racing?
Yeah. Well, my husband's driving. Her husband's going to drive next, so he's actually at the
Oh, okay. So he's waiting to jump in. Is your husband driving by himself?
No, we have several co-drivers.
Oh,
and
good.
we actually co-drive also, and our kids do too.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
I'm
really
learning
fun.
that. This is my
Yeah.
first race. So I'm learning that with off-road racing communities, it's all family.
Yeah.
Everybody's involved. Everybody gets in. Everybody either works on the truck, gets in the truck, drives the truck, navigates the truck, or hangs out and watches the race.
Yeah. Right. Well, and actually the last race we did in Ridgecrest, her and I, our truck was the last one in the class that was still running.
Okay.
So our husbands were like, get in. So I drove and she co-drove the last
How
lap.
fun. And
So
how
it
does
was
it
fun.
feel to drive?
It's great. I
Is
love
it
driving.
better than riding
Yes.
along? It's good to be in control.
I like to ride along a little bit better.
She rides
so
with
much a
my
driver.
husband and I ride with her husband usually.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun.
I would love that. I'm actually trying to work my way into a truck at some point. Not at this race, but maybe at one of the next races that we're going to be at. And then maybe work my way up to driving. I don't know. I don't know if I can hack it, but
It's fun.
Well, the powder puff is super fun.
that's what
all
I
women,
heard.
yeah.
And that's all women. I can't wait for that. When is that going to be coming up again?
It's in October usually.
Oh, right
Yeah.
around my birthday.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And
That'll
they
be my
do-
birthday
it's like
present.
a big
There you go.
breast cancer awareness race. It's great.
Which is great because my grandma is actually right now recovering from breast cancer. So that's going to be perfect for us this year. So what else can you tell us about some of your sponsors or anybody else that you maybe want to log on and start watching for
Well,
Truck 7270?
This year, 2014, we have a major sponsor. It's called LA Police Gear.
Mm-hmm.
And he started out as a friend of ours and just became a better friend and acquaintance. And he's really helped us out this year a lot. And he actually has a truck too, but he's not in this race. But usually there's 2 LA Police Gear
Yeah.
trucks.
And we saw at Tech Inspection, we saw the big,
Yeah.
the LA, it's a gorgeous
It's
truck.
it's awesome.
amazing.
It's such
Traffic.
a great company.
It is a great company. There he is.
That's Sean. That's the guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
So Jeremy, with you and Bryson out here racing, we talked a little bit earlier. Again, I mentioned that Bryson, 2012, M.O.R.E champion. Congratulations on that, by the way.
We worked our butts off for that one, literally.
Right on. So getting ready for the race, we did see Bryson first off the line this morning, 14:01. Was supposed to be Vinny Munoz, got picked off the line in the draw. Any strategy change on Bryson's part or your part?
Yeah, well, we didn't know that till the last minute, so we got the truck together running. All good. First, you know, we got all those trucks behind us, got to worry about. And we know there's plenty of fast trucks out there, so.
So the last couple months, major changes to the truck you made?
Yes, we actually put a new motor in it, bumped up the horsepower a little bit. We had to rebuild the I-beams because we ripped the whole front end apart at Battle of Prim beginning of last year. So the truck's been down for a year, so we got her up and running again. A lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of people, a lot of help from everywhere. So
great. So
we're
curious
happy to be out
as
here
to what happened to Bryson in 2013. So now we know, but back strong. First off the line this morning.
Yep.
Okay. Who are you? Who else is in the car with him this afternoon? Who else is with him?
Actually his dad.
His dad is
His
racing.
dad wanted to do co-driving.
Okay.
He's been racing for quite a while, so he wants to get he knows the ins and outs of the truck and what
Great.
it should feel like.
Great.
So.
Where are you guys from? What area?
Bakersfield.
Bakersfield. So you want to shout out to any groups or businesses in Bakersfield to help you out?
Yeah, we got a good sponsor, Chester Avenue Brake, that's helped us out a lot, wired the truck, all the brake lines, and it's put in a lot of time and money for us, and we'd like to thank them for doing that, and just all the friends and family that have come around on the weekends, helping us build it up and get her back together and back out in the beautiful desert.
Perfect. Well, Jeremy, glad you're back out here again. Thanks for coming over and talking to us. Give us updates throughout the day as your race progresses.
Of course, yeah. We're hoping it goes good.
Okay, so Ken, you racing today? Your car here?
Yeah, I did. Took off. I broke a kingpin in a 16 car at about mile 6.
Okay, so day's done then?
Day's done.
Okay.
Now I get to change my hat.
Who is out here helping you with your race program today?
I had my son Cody and was with Valley Performance and the Checkers. Checkers out there.
Okay. And we're going to talk a little about Checkers in a little bit. But hey, last night at the drivers meeting, looked over. We talked about all the safety things, and you kind of in a roundabout way brought up questions or issues that were most pertinent to us as a spectator kind of thing. So the way you went about it, I think it got to people because instead of you just being, hey, President, I want to ask these questions.
Right.
We didn't know who you were. You were near the front row kind of thing. So tell us about how that went down, whether it was planned or not, or that's just your style.
You know what I've done? I've been in that position when you're up there in front of all the people at the drivers meeting. You kind of forget things. You get a little nervous, and if you're not in front of somebody all the time. So if there's somebody out there bringing up points you missed, you like it. And you know, usually my son's here and he's the one that does it to me when I was the race director.
Sure. And by you had those questions asked and you before and after and all that, you were able to fit that in there. So
yeah, I just want to make sure he knew, you know, touched on everything so everybody knew the rules.
Okay, exciting. Tommy T's Bar having the ceremonies, the drivers meeting, the tech being right there in town. We met Lori from Ridgecrest City Council last night.
The town is.
We're hearing racing from Ridgecrest town out in the desert next year. Yeah. So this is going to be a huge thing. Tommy T's and the Mather Ice Company and all the stuff they got going out here. Richard at Motion Tire. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we started out our first year. Here we had like 60 cars. This thing has grown into over 160. At this one, it's like, we can see this turning out to be probably one of the biggest events here in California.
And I'm going to stop you. I just want to give an update. We have leader 14 at check 10.
Check 10. So Jonathan
is making his way. He is going to be.
Jonathan Libby's still out in the lead. He started third off the line, and we're calling the crossover. He went from 1400 truck to the Unlimited, and looks like he's showing a good show.
Go ahead, Ken. I'm sorry.
We're working with them. You know, every town we come into, it's a big economic impact from us being here, and we're going to get some numbers from the town and see just what we did. But I think they're going to really step to the plate next year, and we're going to do some big things.
Great. Looking forward to it. I'm a racer as well, but on the other side of the booth today, kind of thing. And we're looking forward. This place is beautiful. The terrain change from the rocks, the boulders, to the different color of dirt that I'm driving over. I can't wait to get back out here again next year.
You know, that's one of the neat things about it. If you're just used to Johnson Valley or through Stoddard Valley down at Barstow, you come here, it's like a different world. It's really beautiful, and just to come out here and just play around on a quad or a UTV, it's got some really we run through some canyons here where you think you're in Mexico. It's so neat. It's beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
I want to touch base on some other things. Over the last 10 years, our land's being taken away. The Marines want to expand their bases and all that kind of stuff. And we recently had a victory regarding Lucerne and the racing. You being S.N.O.R.E, Southern Nevada Off-Road Enthusiasts, and us being M.O.R.E, very pertinent to having those lands available. And it looks like we had a victory recently. Anything you can say towards those lines about the land?
I think that everybody involved in off-road racing just needs to get off their duff, and they need to get a hold of their senator, get a hold of people that they're voting for, and let them know how they feel. Because that's one of the things I'm getting from the BLM in Las Vegas. It goes, you guys need to have a bigger voice, because we hear from the Sierra Club, we hear from the Audubon Society. We don't hear from any of the racers, and that's what it takes. If we've got a big enough voice, we can be just as big as the Sierra Club and these other groups that are trying to shut us down. It's just going to take that initiative to do it.
Sure. And times are changing. They're seeing her and I have been talking about family, everything about family. Everybody we've interviewed over the last couple of days has been family. Your son, you're racing with him out here as well as running the show. So we appreciate the off-road, and the people at home with us now realize about how family oriented it is, and the BLM and other government officials see what's needed out here, and we just so happens we're all hanging out together, but we race that day. That's what we got going on.
You know, we work with about 7 different BLM districts doing races here, and Ridgecrest is a breath of fresh air. It's so easy to work with, and they understand recreation. Some of the other groups we work with are kind of anti-OHV, or they've got people that aren't. So they're really, it's no gray area. It's black and white. If it says we can't, if it doesn't say we can't do it, we can't. Where here they've got an open mind to suggestions, and it really makes it go off well.
A couple other questions I want to ask you. Recently, M.O.R.E changed hands, leadership type of thing. Jim stepped down, and the Cody Jeffers family stepped up there, and I saw the relationship, them working with you as well. What a great thing for both series.
You know, Cody is a great guy. I can see what he's done with M.O.R.E already. He's got some great sponsorship already. We want to do this next year and maybe expand on not just doing a one-on-one, maybe doing a 2-on-2 and doing just the Battle of the Border series, and take do something, because it's so nice working with the M.O.R.E group. I love the racers. I was telling the BLM yesterday that we had the 35 mile an hour speed limit on the fun run, and I didn't have to yell at anybody. Because if this had been back in Vegas, I'd have to yell at all our guys. The M.O.R.E guys were doing great.
Well, Chris Lynn and I this morning spoke about, Jim was here this morning. We had all the other officials, the BLM people were here this morning, and sea of green and red and orange shirts out here this morning. So everybody's abiding by our rules that you set forth, and the successes we've had out here, I'm sure will continue.
I think so. We've got to keep, we've got to step up to the plate for safety, because with the accident that happened in Johnson Valley, we're under the microscope right now. And if there's one more accident like that, we might as well kiss desert racing in the United States. It's going to be gone.
Right.
So we've got to be safe.
Sure. And we'll speak to the products and services that have come out of off-roading. We've seen in Tech and Conditions yesterday, pit mats. Okay, we have a need out here. We're required to put a mat down while we're fueling out here to save the environment and save, you know, the safety aspect as far as the environmental stuff is concerned. We've had businesses step up and create products as they see a need within our S.N.O.R.E. M.O.R.E series. So we'll talk a little bit about the products and stuff you see as far as safety that's coming about.
Well, we've had a new group step up that's doing events out at they actually out of Las Vegas, and they're starting to bring these safety things in that you would see in NASCAR and in Formula One, because they know we're working with the same type of fluids, the same type of flammability, and they know that that could happen. Let's before it does, let's make sure we got the proper gear.
Right. Well, Kenny, appreciate you coming down and talking to us. We'll touch base with you after the race this evening. All right.
And hopefully you guys can make it up to Cedar City. I know it's a long haul, but it's like Ridgecrest with pine trees.
Yeah, we've heard about that. And again, the ladies and the crews and the families all say how beautiful it is up there. So I think we'll take them up that. Kenny, thanks for coming in again.
Hey Richard, so what car were you driving?
We're a 5-car, 527.
Okay. And what's the status on you guys right now?
We had a little bit of problems with the front end and had to do a little bit of welding in the beginning. And right now, I guess he got stuck out there and we're getting pulled out. And driver and navigator is going to come in and switch out. And me and Dan Higginbotham are going to get in and finish out.
Sweet. So that's going to be in what lap are you guys on right now?
They are finishing their second.
Finishing the second, so then you're going to start on the third.
Correct. And we'll do the third, fourth, and fifth.
Awesome. That's going to be great. So are you excited to get out there now?
Butterflies. I'm ready.
That's the way to go. You work those butterflies into getting into the car and use it to your advantage, huh?
Absolutely.
So is there anybody you want to say shout out to? This is our first live stream if you got family watching at home.
I would like to thank everybody from Riff Raff Desert Racing, our team. Milestone, having Hav come out here to help us. And pretty much so, we'd like to thank Motion Tire for putting this on for us.
Oh yeah,
and,
definitely.
Ruben Garcia with Ventura 4x4. He's our crew chief and takes care of our car. Keeps it running, and he's phenomenal. And we can't do it without him, so we'd like to definitely put one out for Ventura 4x4.
That's awesome. So I'm just going to have you repeat one more time the status of 527 because we had your mic away from you.
527 right now. We had a little bit of welding issues in the beginning.
Taken care of.
And that's all taken care of, and they're en route coming in. They're probably about 15 to 20 miles out.
The driver record is Scott Davis. I'm Kyle Miller. I just did the first 2 laps.
Right on. Okay,
Scott
so
just got on the truck.
Who's the other? You had 1401 Bryson Hopp over there next to you camping with you as well.
Yeah.
Initially, we thought 270-200 trucks were rolling in there, so we had a little excitement going on and misplaced you guys. But so up in the front, how you guys doing?
Oh yeah, we got a solid second place right now.
Okay.
I think we're 4 minutes behind the leader.
Who are you chasing down?
John Lee.
Okay.
Single-seater car.
Okay, sure.
We so far been a flawless day.
Okay.
Everything's looking good.
In your pit, so you've been in here twice this morning?
We've been in here
What'd
twice.
you do?
We took 30 gallons of gas on the second lap with the driver's change. The first lap was just a once over. Other than that, no flat tires.
Okay, good deal. All right. So it looks like we got Sammy Ehrenberg maybe out in the lead of the 10 cars. He's with LJ Kennedy this weekend, so he's heading back on desert, maybe on his 4th lap now. And it looks like Woody's too. This is the Rick Poole entry. 1260 heading back out again. They had a driver change, looks like a helmet change, different to me this time. So heading back out in the desert again. So yeah, racing career. How long you guys been doing it? Where you live? All that kind of stuff.
Fairly new team. I think this is our 3rd race together. So
Okay.
The truck's new.
Okay.
Looking to do good. Hopefully we get a,
And you find that the S.N.O.R.E series 7200 has more numbers for you?
No, it does not.
Okay.
We're just getting our team together for this year,
Okay.
so that we can move next year to the best in the desert.
Okay. And there you go. And what, we got 20 entries most of the time for there? Okay.
Absolutely.
And a lot of them new, purpose-built trucks. I saw years ago by Ford Ranger, still base, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Still
mean,
got a steel cab on it?
Yep.
Okay.
It's mostly tube. But
So really, your 7200 truck, you're competing with what was the guy's name? Walker, the single seater out there.
John Lee and
John.
unlimited full tube chassis truck.
So
He
you
should be
see,
killing us.
so you need a pat on the back. You're 2nd place right now, and you'll be right holding your own. So I pat you on the back for that one.
Very rough out there.
Is it okay?
Very
So
good.
describe Sandhills, which is the area up above that.
a lot of
telephone line
rocks.
coming in.
Very technical rocks.
Okay.
I mean, real chance to get flat tires out
Okay.
there. You really need to pick your way through it.
Okay.
Our goal this race, since we have to do 5 laps, is to run the truck at 60% of its pace.
Okay. So Dana Nicholson, number 97, that fuel truck just heading out there. Flesh Gear represented. But tell us about, so we have photographers, we have guys bringing us back the updates all over. I know I pre-ran the course yesterday in my truck, and coming across a telephone line near Teagle Wash there, going through the railroad tracks, and then that little I would say booter down.
Yeah.
How'd you do on that one?
You know, our
and
truck,
were the photographers there?
Our truck is set up by Dirt Coat Suspension Tuning. He's one of the best in the business. We spend a lot of time on our suspension package. That's what's keeping us up front.
Okay.
No complaints.
Okay, Chris and Lynn Mendez and Jeff Musgrave here. This is the ending culmination of this S.N.O.R.E Motion Tire 300. Unofficially or officially, your first finisher. So we'll hear back. So far, they've given us word. The Pat Dean car, 175, and yourselves are so far the two finishers that they have down.
Pretty close. At Pit B, we had I want to say 20 minutes on him. We thought.
Okay.
And unless he really pushed in the last 20 miles.
Okay. So this morning, when you guys all took off, we came through. First unlimited through was Jonathan Libby. What did he get by at one point? What had gone on this morning?
Well, we started fourth.
Okay.
And my dad started the race with his co-driver Reggie, and they did 2 laps. They handed me the truck in second place.
Okay.
And that was the guy you saw in front of me.
Okay.
Once me and Robert Llewellyn over there, once we got in, we caught him about halfway through the lap.
Okay. Any problems out there today? Flats, issues with mechanicals, something like that?
Nothing. We had a very good race.
All right. Where are you guys out of?
To who? Oh.
S.N.O.R.E. All right, a little closer. Okay, so where are you guys out of? What city you guys live in?
We're in Oak Hills, California.
Oak Hills,
just
so
down 395.
back down the road there.
Yep.
Okay, right on.
This was a test for the Baja 500.
Okay.
We had a lot of problems with the race car in the last couple of races.
How am I going to do that?
There you go.
Sorry.
Okay, that's all good. Does it go up a little bit?
Yeah. There you go. All right.
Is that better?
There we go. Anyway. All right. So yeah, had some issues with the car getting ready for the 500.
We've had just numbers of issues. We've raced it. We bought it about a year ago, and nothing but problems. Little problems, not driver problems. Alternators, belts, trannies, overheating.
So over the last year and a half, 2 years, you guys stepped up the trophy truck. Before your dad raced, and yourself as well for many years. What class were you in?
Class 1. Class 1 for many years, and we did okay. Little problems would always take us out, but we were fast. We finally bit the bullet, and we're like, we need to get rid of CVs, and we need to step it up to truck. And it was a good decision. It works phenomenal. It really is an amazing truck. Racer Engineering builds a great truck. The geometry is perfect, so we're really happy with it. I think we're getting closer on the little Gremlins for a new truck.
So Racer, that's Dale Dondale?
Dale Dondale.
Right on.
Yeah.
Very happy with his services and truck for you then,
Yeah,
huh?
he does.
Okay.
He builds a great truck. And the biggest thing is just getting the little things worked out, plumbing. I mean, we just recently took out 30 feet of power steering plumbing just because there's just too much going on.
And you're doing all that work yourself, you and your dad, in your shop?
We used to do it ourselves.
Okay.
Now we have a new guy. His name's Reggie Dunright.
Okay.
And he really knows what he's doing. So he's been tinkering.
The name Jimmy Hook, Hooked Up Motorsports. He talks about them often, so I think they're friends.
I think they work. I think they both work on that truck.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah. So
shout out to Jimmy Hook then and Reggie.
It's a good combination.
Okay. All day long, and last night we're talking about out here, family. You and your father.
Yeah.
There's brothers, sisters out here. There's brothers out here. There's husband and wife kind of thing out here. That seems to be the overall theme of the family. Who else came out with you this weekend?
It's like friends, but they're like family. I mean, Robert, my co-driver, I've grown up with him for a while, so we're like big brothers, pretty much. My father and my mom, I can't thank them enough for letting me drive their amazing machine. It is quite the machine.
So what are you? You're a student? You look like you're a college-age kid. What do you do?
I'm 19.
You're 19 years old?
And I go to college. Actually, I live down in Costa Mesa and go to OCC.
Great.
Nice.
And so that's the new thing for me. I actually work at Camberg Racing.
Okay, sure. Down in Huntington Beach, sure.
Yep.
Sure.
So I'm kind of in the neighborhood. But really, it's family. All our friends come out. It's all a hobby, and nobody's being paid, and we just come out and have a good time. And we'll party too. Don't get me wrong.
Multiple families like that out here.
That was going to lead to my next question. So let's say we get the official from S.N.O.R.E that you actually are the leader and you come in first place. How are you going to celebrate? Obviously, we're going to be at Tommy T's for the award ceremony.
Right. I think we'll go. The thing is my sister's an amazing volleyball player, and we have national volleyball play tomorrow in Anaheim. So we got to be there. And it starts the 7 o'clock, so we'll probably be gone.
Be gone? Okay. So again, they talked about the most dominant driver award. We still need to see the results and the times and whatnot.
You know, if we don't win, Pat Dean is a great driver, and to lose to Pat Dean, it really isn't a loss. The guy has a lot of more seat time than me, and that's what it really is all about.
Sure.
So, you know, it'd be cool to win. We're really just working on getting to winning the big races. I mean, we're always up there, and then the alternator takes us out.
So Ridgecrest out here, you know, you've seen the town, you've seen the landscape out here, the rocks, everything else. I grew up, I have a truck that I race, Barstow is my deal, but I've never been up here other than an HDR race years ago, and what a beautiful place.
It is a great place, and it's similar to Barstow in some areas, rocky, really rough, but there's some really cool washes. Barstow is just Barstow, you know how it is.
Right,
It's rough, and it's, it's not that
So we've heard word next year for S.N.O.R.E Council and whatnot, we plan on racing from the fairgrounds out this direction next year.
Really?
So if that's something that comes up, they want to basically model it after leaving at a Tijuana back in the day, or leaving at a Ensenada out on a race through the town and whatnot. So that's something.
Huge.
That's something.
Awesome.
So if that does come out, you and your family commit to come out here and race next year?
I would love to. I mean, we're sticking with S.N.O.R.E as much as we can. We love Mexico. It's an adventure every time, and that's why. But starting in town like in Mexico nothing beats that. So that would be really exciting.
All right. Well, you heard it out here. Kyle Jurgensen, first unofficial finisher at this point.
We'll keep you posted.
But it's looking good, like it's a done deal.
Pretty
But
sure it is.
Pat Dean, LVDC, I believe Clay Flippin was driving this weekend, Ironman it. So we'll see how that turns out. Fourth overall starter this morning, so we'll see how the time plays out. But Kyle, thanks for coming in.
Thank you so
You got it.
much.
Appreciate it. So John's here. He's been feeding us updates. He did give us an update that we have Todd Jurgensen and Kyle, number 44, first in. We also have Pat Dean's car, the 175, is up at the top. Jonathan Libby and a couple other finishers. But John, thanks for coming out and talking to us right now.
Yeah, my pleasure. Like I say, it's you know, you're getting one little corner of aspect, and everybody coming by, and there's so many things going on throughout the day. I just happened to be around the finish area, and I knew that Clay Flippin and Pat Dean's car is right there, and I'm still waiting on an official word. So it sounds like that the Jurgensen team did get it first.
So early in the day, S.N.O.R.E officials are on top of things. They're getting reports from all over. So until they get the word at the end of the day that, hey, this is the exact finisher, we are giving you only unofficial results. But anyway, John, let's talk about what you do for S.N.O.R.E. You recently voted in as vice president this past year?
Recently for my third year.
For your third year, all right.
I've been involved with S.N.O.R.E for 26 years. I've been everything from a board member to I was president for 2006 and 7. Then you step away a little bit, it kind of gets to be a lot after a while. You know, we do this as a labor of love in a sense. And I came back in competing a little bit, and then started vice presidenting again 2012 and 13, and here we go into 2014.
Okay, so you're still racing? You mentioned you're just like the president, Ken Freeman. He's also a racer. He had a little bit of bad luck early this morning.
Yeah,
but,
he had a bad morning.
What class do you race in?
I had been racing class 18, a champ class. It's kind of I'll kind of define it as a detuned 1.216 car. It's really close to a 1.216. But a little less power, a little less technology, but it actually is a very affordable class, and I was the champion in the last.
And who do you sole owner driver on that? Or do you have somebody else involved with you?
Kenny Freeman was actually the owner of my car. Believe it or not, Kenny is probably, if you don't know Kenny, he's probably one of the biggest philanthropists of this sport. He does so much to keep this sport running. And sponsoring bonus monies and different things. He spends his time out here researching these courses. I help him everywhere I can. We've been friends since the early 90s, so I've been riding with him in his 16 car from years ago, and then went off and got into officiating more, kind of got out of the seat a little bit, and then came back in, and just got an opportunity to take over one of his cars that he needed getting around the track, so I did the last couple of years. But then it's a lot, you know. Everybody that's involved with the sport knows how much it takes to run a program to bring a car around, to get it out to the track, and then you know, doing this official thing it's a lot as well. So I kind of was at the point where the car needed to take a break, so I could focus more on this the rest of this year. And we have so many different things that we do, you know, putting on 6 races. We try to do fundraising events. We have our big Make-A-Wish event that we do every year, and I'm working on that actively, which it's going to be October 4th is what we're shooting
Huge
for.
event this past year.
Yeah,
huge event.
We broke some records with
I heard you were overwhelmed. Too many people out helping with you. So.
Yeah, well, you know, you can never have enough, but we brought out 45 families. We work with Prim Properties, who's, you know, obviously we do events with them, so they were glad to have us out. We had 45 families and the Wish kids and their immediate families, and we got them hotel rooms, and we fed them, and we had, what do we have? We had 60 over, I think it was over 60 racers came out. We had representatives in every class from UTV all the way up to unlimited truck, and everything in between. It was so
It was,
great.
it was huge. The overwhelming
Yeah.
response after the fact of other racers
Yeah.
who weren't able to get out there and participating, saying they're not going to miss the event,
I'll tell
just
you
the
what,
pictures.
this was the 10th year we've done it, and if you've never done it, it's one of them things. It's such a feel-good event, and to give somebody, you know, these kids and their families a chance to get into a car, you know, that they may never have ever had an opportunity to ride in, and just experience that, you know, even if it's not something you're into, to experience it. It's just the coolest roller coaster ever, in a sense, you know.
So earlier, John, this morning I spoke with Ken Freeman, your boss, our
friend,
our
boss.
leader out here.
Right,
so
right.
We spoke with Lori from the city council last night,
Okay,
and I'm going to propose the same question to you. We leave out of the fairgrounds next year. That's going to be something else. What other kind of precautions or stuff are you going to have to enlist leaving out of the fairgrounds? I mean, we're going to have a lot more spectators, leaving right from the general city area itself.
We could really make it even better for the town that opens up for us. You know, it really taxes everybody a lot to kind of make way for us when we come in here to have our fun. But you know, the trade-off is we're bringing revenue and generating, you know, stimulating their economy, which is what we definitely enjoy, being able to know that we're making a difference on that aspect as well. So honestly, I think that could be really cool.
Ridgecrest, the races in Mexico, leaving out of Ensenada years ago, leaving out of you know, Tijuana, Ensenada kind of thing. We can do that in Ridgecrest here. It's gonna be something else, man. It'll be the new mecca of off-road for here, in Southern California.
Could be another stage front, yeah, for sure. Did he happen to mention our Caliente event?
We well, more or less Cedar City race coming up next. So
That's next.
we more or less concentrate on that one. We are trying to get the production crew up there, but you know, he described things. Same beautiful scenery that's out here with pine trees. Is how Kenny describes it.
Utah is definitely a beautiful area. Just if you like to go take a vacation, it's beautiful up there. But we're looking forward to putting on, you know, first time event ever there. So we're all really excited. We have a lot of guys that race with us periodically, but they're not consistent racers. They kind of pick and choose events, but they're all like, hey, what's going on with you, Cedar City? What's that? That sounds like fun. We want to come and do that. It's something new. I mean, how do you not kind of embrace that? So we're really excited about that, and the town is looking forward to us coming up there. And I think it's going to be a great event.
And John, we talked about family with the racers, with the S.N.O.R.E officials, and everyone else. Your family participate in these events with you as well?
Honestly, it's kind of funny. My dad got me going in the desert when I was a little kid, but he's kind of was like a few years ago. He's, why do you do this? Why do you take your car out and beat it up across the desert? And I was like, well, you started me doing this.
Right.
Oh well, I guess you're right. But my family's not typically into it. My son, well, he's here because I made him come.
How old is your son?
My son's 24.
Okay.
And he's got a lot of experience riding. He's
Great.
chomping at the bit to get behind the wheel, but it's coming. It's soon. It's
sure. We constantly talk about the co-drivers, the co-riders, the crew members. You know, I race in the 1400 series in both you know, M.O.R.E and S.N.O.R.E and the regional and stuff like that. And I have to have you know, the co-drivers, helpers actually, and let them get seat time and co-driving responsibilities for helping me out and getting my truck ready to go.
And this is, you know, I guess in saying that, very little of my biological family is participating, but I have so many friends out here that are my family.
That's the sentiment
that help
everybody.
me. And that's the beauty about off-road racing, and I can say particularly about S.N.O.R.E. It's been where I've been for so long. I do go to other events, and I see a lot of my friends there, and it's nothing against other events. I just happen to choose to focus my energy here. But we have so many great people here, and if you need something, you can go to the next pit over, or whoever, 3 down, or out in the middle of the desert. If you need a tire, or a suspension component, or whatever, everybody's always been so generous. And
we've seen that all day.
It's I'm glad to be a part of that, you know, and there's so many other things in life that you could be doing that I don't know if they're just not this much fun or what. I don't know.
Right.
It's a double-edged sword for sure sometimes.
Well, anyway, hey, we're back here. Chris Mendez, Jeff Musgrave, along with John Plissier, Vice President of S.N.O.R.E, out here at the end of start-finish S.N.O.R.E M.O.R.E Ridgecrest 300, bringing you live updates.
Got a lot of good shots?
Yeah, I think so. We hit, 4 different spots and spread out to opposite sides of the course, different spots for each of us, and so I guess that makes it 8.
Yeah.
But yeah, we had a really good day shooting. Lots of silty corners, lots of silty uphills, lots of suspension movement. Even got the Unlimiteds getting a little bit of air out there.
Really
so,
good.
Yeah, overall had a good day. Thomas, what about you?
I had a great shooting day. I got a lot of great suspension angles, lots of air and stuff like that, even from the limited guys, which is nice because they're a little bit harder to get because they're not going as fast.
Yeah.
But I think we did a great job. We actually ended up finishing our first couple of spots quicker than we thought we were going to, which was a little bit of a shock, but everyone was doing great, so we just moved on to those spots.
Good. What time did you guys start this morning?
We start right when the race starts. We're out about half an hour before the race starts, so 7:30. I actually drove in this morning, so I've been up since 3. But
oh my God.
Yeah, but it started around 7:30, and then you're out. We obviously bring the water and the food and stuff with us so that we can just stay out there the whole time and catch as many people as we can as they come by.
That's awesome. What do you guys do? Do you come out maybe like the night before, like how we were at Tech Inspection and some were doing some practice runs? Do you come out to find your specific spots ahead of time, or do you just kind of come, like you said, a little bit early before the race starts and just hope that you can get some good spots?
I was able to do some pre-running yesterday to get some spots that I found. Most of the time, we know these courses so well. I mean, I've raced them a bunch of times, so I know generally where the good spots are already. So it makes it so that we can cut down a lot on our pre-running and be able to find the good spots without having to spend forever looking around for them.
Right. So why don't you guys go ahead, I know you guys are on Instagram, I'm following you guys now and I saw your awesome work. Why don't you guys go ahead and tell everybody how they can find you and see the actual pictures from the race today?
Yeah, definitely. The first place they'll be up is on Facebook and Instagram. Our Instagram is just DezertWife Photography. That's D-E-Z-E-R-T, Wife Photography. And Facebook, same thing, just facebook.com/DezertWife Photography. There's links to our websites on both. And our email is same, DezertWifePhotography@gmail.com. So if anybody's looking for anything specific, shoot us an email. That's the easiest way for me to keep track of everybody. Otherwise, we always are getting teaser requests on Facebook and Instagram, and we just try to put them up as fast as we can.
First place, right? You getting the word? You know? No? What place you coming now?
You know what? I have
no idea.
I have no idea.
Okay. So we got official, unofficials, and everything else like that. So basically, looks like a Duntech built car here.
Absolutely. Sean Dunn builds an incredibly good car, strong car. You know, you really got to make mistakes in order to be on the side of the road, and unfortunately, the minefield of rocks out there.
Okay, so class 1 car here looks a little different than the others. You know, straight axle in the rear. So we've been told it's a truggy over the years kind of thing, like after the Herbst Shark kind of thing, but works well.
Absolutely. I mean, the thing soaks up a lot. It takes a lot of abuse. I mean, it's a real forgiving car, and it's an economical car. For what it is, it's an unbelievable value.
Okay.
John does a really, really good job.
And for a chassis like this, next week you can go out and race another, put a trophy truck body on top of it. You can use the same platform and run as a trophy truck as well.
Well, S.N.O.R.E has their way. They're going to force us to run in trophy truck with it. So.
Okay. Well, anyway, glad you guys came out. Anybody else you want to share? Basically, Carrier X Telecom Management Service is big and blazing on the side of your car. They take care of you at home?
Yeah, Justin Waters here. He drove us on the second half. He did a great job. You know, got it around the course and missed a lot of stuff. We had a couple of technical issues with heating issues in the car. Slowed us down a little bit. Pat Chicas, a driver of record, he got the car to us in one piece. You know, in good position on track. He ran the first couple laps. And all in all, we had a great day. Carrier X, Baja Designs is really taking care of us on our lighting package, and they've been real helpful to us. PCI has always been real great for us as well. Make sure we got our safety gear and our radios are working good, which comes in handy when you get stuck out there.
Great. So Pat, you mentioned Pat Chicas. Pat Chicas, the name's been around for quite some time in the off-road industry. How'd you hook up with that group?
Pat Chicas, he used to own offroad.com, so everybody kind of knows him from that circle a little bit. We just kind of met by a chance thing. He needed help with the truck he was working on, and I knew how to fix it. So
there you go.
Then he invited me to my first desert race, and been working on his car ever since.
We've been getting word next year's race, Ridgecrest. We're going to be traveling racing right out of the fairgrounds outside of town here. What does that look for you and your team? If you're promised, you know, the production, the TV crews, and everything else, you're going to make out this race next year.
You know what? S.N.O.R.E has done such a great job putting us on, and the M.O.R.E S.N.O.R.E combination together. They put such a great race on here today. We'll absolutely be back next year. It was a really tough race course, really good race. We'll absolutely be back next year.
Great. Well, appreciate you guys stopping by. And again, thank you and your families for coming out. And we'll talk to you tonight at the Drivers Awards.
Thank you very much.